If you talk to IDA, and I know that the IDA have only had one visit in the last 4 or 5 years to County Longford, another absolutely scandalous statistic and an indictment of this government. But if you talk to the IDA say what we want is a conveyor of graduates, a conveyor belt of graduates. So what we need to do then is either have a third level institution in County Longford or an outreach of a third level institution. The same as what happened in Portlaoise, the same as what happens in County Cavan. It's absolutely not pie in the sky. And the reason it's not pie in the sky is because you already have it in other major towns. Portlaoise, Cavan, outreach centres from third level institutions. And if you look at their IDA visits, you'll see that they're much greater than County Longford. And I think that that's what needs to happen. And the other point is just on local businesses. We need an incubation centre where all of the expertise and the advice is under one roof.
Who's going to pay for that?
Who's going to pay for it? You pay for it by general and progressive taxation.
So point 1, 2 and 4 of Paul. So point 1, 2 and 4 of Paul are excellent. Clearly we do need more trains. We need a late night train. We need more broadband. The university's too big. And yes, we need entrepreneurial centres. But the main thing is, Longford is the town which has most potential. Athlone is crammed. We know Dublin is an international thriving hub looking to expand, looking for room for young creative individuals to start up ideas. And look around the world. What has happened in an international centre? Look at San Francisco, look at Berlin, look at Vancouver. They've gone to the underused town with plenty of space that is an hour and 20 minutes away. So what do these young creative tech entrepreneurs want? They want outdoor adventure. They want plenty of space to start up businesses. Cheap rents, which we have those first two. They want outdoor adventure at the weekends. We have those if we start putting up these small-scale tourism, community-offered tourism opportunities. And then why am I going on about this organic sustainable? Because that's what that international young innovation group want. They want this idea that the food is from the local area, that it's artisan products, that it's horticulture that is grown, that the nuts and walnuts and fruit. And what does that give us? It means our young people, like this sort of horticulture, it's work for 30-year-olds really. You know, it's backbreaking at the age of 40 or 5, but we guarantee jobs for our young people. They're not going to Australia. They're not going to America. And where's the land? There is plenty of underused land in this area. So we brand ourselves as the area that's creating our own renewable energy, our own renewable food with business. It's simple, but it's just like all of us.
Julie's other question was in relation to what specifically would you look for in jobs to this county, which has just been decimated. We have double the unemployment, the national unemployment rate here consistently, and that still remains now at this stage, even though the national rate is somewhere around 9%.
Well, the first thing you have to do is recognise the fact that governments can't create jobs. They can create the environment for the entrepreneur to create the job. And you cannot go around telling people how to think. And what the entrepreneur needs is information. He needs access to it, as has been pointed out, broadband here. It needs to be, government investment in broadband. We cannot rely, just on the point of broadband. When Fianna Fáil sold off Eircom, they sold off the grid as well. So nobody is going to put services into remote areas unless they can make money from it. And that's the bottom line for people starting business, is not employment. It's to make money. Therefore, they have to have a market for the product that they want to produce or the service that they want to produce. Now, can there be help with regard to advice, financial help to get them started? Yes, but only if nobody's going to throw money away. Only if you're showing the future for your business and working to and show how your business plan can work. That is based on solid market research. The rest is in the clouds, really. If you want to do something for people who are... The future is technology driven. And that, for me, is a euphemism for unemployment if you're not educated. And educated specifically for technology. Everything has an app now, and that's just the start of it.
Okay. All right.
You understand? So when you're making... Just a moment.
Okay,
when we talk about change, and you need to change, you have to unbed the thinking that's already there. And that's not happening. The main parties in this country have you this way since time immemorial, because they can control you. You've got to come out of that.
Okay.
You understand?
All right, James Bannon, I want you to answer Louise Lovett's question in relation to what specifically do you do for jobs in this county if we're elected?
Yeah, well, I want to say Fine Gael is very strong on jobs, and indeed the economy. More jobs is at the heart of Fine Gael's plan. This time last year, I mean, a number of local politicians stood outside the roundabout and had themselves a photograph that Longford is closed for business. At that particular
Well, I think now in fairness, they highlighted the lack of IDA visits to Longford.
At that particular juncture, I made an announcement on the local radio station that there was a major announcement coming to Longford. And I was told that I would be held to that announcement. Within 2 months, the biggest announcement in this country was made by Centre Parks that they were coming here to Longford. And that was and I mean, every other county in Ireland would give their right arm for a Centre Parks development to be located in their county.
So we were lucky then, James.
They made their announcement of 1,750 jobs
we were very lucky.
Between construction and permanent jobs. And I mean, there are people that still doubts it, and I can guarantee that Centre Parks will come to Longford and will
subject to planning permission.
Subject to planning permission, which I believe will be granted because we have everything in place. It won't be like the phantom jobs that were announced in the run-up to an election back some years ago by Cardinal Health.
Like before the by-election.
As a result of Centre Parks coming to Longford, we are going to have
But isn't the reality that Centre Parks were
broadband.
looking for a location for a number of years?
Yes.
Since 2008,
Yes. Centre Parks are capital.
And I'm delighted that they looked at 13
for a number of years,
Yes.
and they settled on Ballymahan. And isn't part of the reason that they settled on Ballymahan because particularly the geography of Ballymahan suited them. It's the location, it's the type of wood, even down to the type of wood that's in Newcastle Woods suited them. Isn't that the reality
Sheila,
of it? More than anything that's
Centre Parks. Centre Parks are venture capitalists. They are investors.
Excuse me, we have manners, Paddy, please. We have manners. Please. I don't want to hit you, you're close enough to me. But how would you have manners?
Centre Parks, Centre Parks are venture capitalists. They saw a niche. They saw a niche in Ireland. They're looking for a return on their investment. They're not here for fun, and they're going to get. Their location was strategically identified, and we were fortunate enough to be right.
Sorry, when I was interrupted. Sorry. Centre Parks is the biggest project ever to be announced for this country. It's going to mean an investment of 250 million to the local economy, with a follow-on of 32 plus million per annum afterwards. And I mean, this will have a huge spin-off, not alone for jobs, but for services in this county. As a result of Centre Parks, broadband, the natural gas, etc., will all come to Longford. Greater infrastructure is coming into Longford as a result.
Infrastructure is following.
It's following
the investment. Usually you put the infrastructure in first.
No, sorry, it's coming. At the moment, the natural gas pipeline is being stretched. It's being stretched down to Longford.
It's all coming.
It's everything.
Oh yes, do you want to see the map, James? Do you want to see the 5-year? Do you want to see the 5-year programme map of that infrastructure that you're telling us porkies about here? The reality is, this is all about spin. Centre Parks came here in 2008. It looked around Ireland, it went to every area, and it decided it wasn't investing. It just wasn't investing. It was a bad time. Economies were falling all over the place. They came back. Nothing to do with this government. They came back because they wanted to put a place in Ireland. They went around with Creelcha and they were assisted by the local authority, of which I am a proud member, and that's how it came here, because we put everything in their place. Yes, I stood in front. I stood, and then you made reference to. You made reference. No, I did not. You made reference to my standing outside the Longford sign with Mark Casey and a few other people, and we said that Longford needed investment. IDA hadn't come here. What did you do about IDA not coming here, James? You did nothing. You can spin all you like. Longford has not seen the recovery. You did not bring jobs. You can talk all you like that you did, but you didn't. And you can't point to one thing. And aren't you a lucky man that Centre Parks has their application in now? Because at least you can hang on to that. The reality is, James, you did not bring the jobs here. And Longford is showing it. Have you walked down the street of Main Street in the last month? Have you walked down any of the streets in Longford in the last month?
I'm not one to run
Yes,
down my
actually.
county.
Actually, James did walk down the street.
I'm a proud. Sorry, will you let me talk,
You
please?
did walk down. Sorry. I just want to.
Connie, let him answer the
Come
question.
on. I mean, they have a jack in the box behaviour going on here on my right hand side. But I mean, Centre Parks is huge. Is a huge investment in Longford. And as a proud Longfordian, I was centred to nurturing that project and bringing it to Longford, despite what many people are jealous of me for that.
No, can I just correct? Sorry, Sheila, I need to correct one thing there. May said that James didn't walk down the street recently. James walked down the street at Christmas time. He put in the newspaper that we should shop in Longford. But I can tell you, he had no bags when he was walking down the street on the market day in Longford.
Plenty of baggage, though.
When we had our Christmas market.
Thanks, Sheila. I can't believe that we're all sitting here and we're actually giving out about Central Parks. Central Parks has... But you're talking about it in... Sorry now, let me speak, because I'm not shouting anybody down and I haven't done so far. We're talking about Central Parks in a negative vein, and we shouldn't be. There are 1,000 jobs in Central Parks and 750 jobs in the construction, and that's not to mention the spin-offs that will come into County Longford and the Midland region as a result of Central Parks. And yes, Central Parks saw a niche in Ireland, Connie, but they saw that because the economy was recovering and because the government have. I'm sorry, but if you look back at Fianna Fáil's record, they put our reputation in Europe and in the States down in a pit because they didn't do anything for our reputation. And since we have come into government in 2011, Michael Noonan has worked very hard to build our reputation, and our reputation has increased, and it is much better. And as a result of it, Centre Parks felt confident to invest that much money in our country. Let me finish, Connie, please. And yes, May, they did come here in 2008 and they withdrew, but they were looking at going to County Wicklow. They were not looking at coming to Ballymahon.
Creature will confirm that they confirmed that Longford was their first choice. After seeing all of the other places.
It was Wicklow, and they withdrew because because of the economy, because of the economy that Fianna Fáil, who has serious amnesia now, bet into the ground. And can I also say that they did work with the executive, not with the councillors, with the executive of Longford County Council, who were amazing the way they worked with Centre Parks. And I was the one who set up the very first meeting with the Minister for Centre Parks. It was I. Thank you.